Hey, you! Yes, you! Do you not like farming very much, but still want an unraidable base design? Well, you've come to the right place. Follow me.
Disclaimer, this base can be rated. This is not propaganda. This is purely advertising use only. User's discretion is advised. Authorized by PLT LuximusYT.
The other day I was watching Harry Potter and this scene came on. I thought how cool it would be if I could recreate an invisible wall in Rust. Could I recreate this on a Rust build? This is what I came up with. So now I present to you the Hidden Loot Room Unraidable Base Amazing Awesome Base Design Thingy version 4.2.
Base to a time.
Alright, let's check out this base. So essentially it's a 2x2 bunker base. So there's 3-door airlock to the bunker. You have 3 furnaces behind a window frame here. Underneath is the bunker with another bed, furnace. Through here is vending machine, workbenches, more bags. Behind it is upstairs loot room. Up here is also upstairs loot room. Down here is multiple beds. I need my bases to have beds because I love them so much. And then behind this garage door is main loot and TC. But like I said, this is a hidden loot room. So even if you do get raided, you should still have your loot from these 2 mechanisms here. The first one is at this workbench. If you remove this box, you'll have access to this metal bit and this metal bit. If you go behind the wall, you notice that it's 2 drop boxes in the within the honeycombing. So you have access to 2 small box loot room through the wall you can loot it from, and it's really good to hide explosives, weapons here in case you do get raided. But that's the first one. The second loot room will be right at the front. Did you notice that it was 2 half walls here? So behind it is a mini 1x1 with a bag, workbench and a couple beds. This is perfect if you guys get raided and the doors be put on, because then you can pickaxe, blow through the walls, or pickaxe through the back and just get out and put it in another base. So the reason the workbench is in here, so you're going to jackhammer out, takes about 5 minutes or so. You keep refilling the jackhammer with this. I recommend having 2, but 1's fine enough. Or just getting like 7k wood or something for spears will also do the job. It's a bit of a pain, but when you go to bed that night, it's worth just, an extra 5-10 minutes picking out rather than your whole loot getting and your wipe wasted. So the reason this one's better than the other one though is because if they raid you and put doors on, like I said, then you still have options to go outside and put it in another base, or keep explosives in here and you can explosive raid the doors. So that's basically what I came up with. I've been using this for a couple of wipes now and it has not got raided once. Well, it has got raided, but loot has remained in my grasp, my hands, because of these hidden loot rooms. So they're pretty easy to make, especially this one, but really effective. Key thing to note is if they do rocket raid you, they could potentially like splash the side and maybe accidentally find it. But my understanding that raiders usually go through the back if they're rocket raiding, and don't even come close to right next to the door. And if they door raid, they still won't find it as well. So like I said, it hasn't been raided before. If anyone does build this and does get raided, like this bit gets raided with all your like guns, explosives and whatnot, let me know and I will apologize, but I think it's pretty much unraidable unless they it's a modded server and they 100 rocket your base, so no foundations left. You're pretty secure and it's worth the 5 minutes just picking out. But enough explaining the base, let's just jump on to building it. Super easy, like 25k stone or something. Upkeep's not too bad. Really good for low, solos to trios, really great base design. Alright, so on to the build. So you're going to start with a 2x2 with one of them being raised, like so. And then we're just going to add the honeycombing as well right here, which is just 4 triangles and a square, 4 triangles and a square, 4 triangles and a square, 4 triangles and a square. But these 2 here will be raised like so, and that will be our bunker entrance. Alright, so now we have that done, I'm just going to wall the outside. So it's gonna be, leave this one for now. So it's gonna look something like this. So that's gonna be all honeycombing, and basically we're just gonna store in the 2x2 here, with this bunker being the entrance. So let's just get this out of the way now. So this is the Dropbox technique. Full disclaimer, I saw this on Reddit or something. Not really sure, but credit to whoever made this idea. But essentially you want to go to behind the foundation and make it as high as you can. So around there, and another one on this side as high as you can. So there's two things you have to check when doing this, is if you can place your walls. So I can't place it. If you do this on a server, you can just, instead of like destroying the foundation, you can just skip one honeycombing, but you can actually not do that. But it is a bit hard, so maybe go on a practice tool and see. See, I can honeycomb now. The other thing you want to check when you do this one is if you can actually loot it. See, up here I can't loot. I can loot one, but I can't loot the first one. So that's just because I didn't put it high enough. So yeah, so like I said, just go on to a practice tool. But I think I can now loot both, and I can put the honeycomb walls in. So just, they're the two things you have to check for that one. So essentially you can loot it now. I'll quickly show you how it works. So if you chuck a workbench here, it's pretty hard to see with the workbench down, and you can, if I get the angle right, there's one with, and there's two. Then just to cover all your tracks, now once we put walls on, it's gonna be like impossible to see that hidden room. So that's basically how you do that one. It's pretty straightforward. The other one is secret loot room's gonna go in here. But let's finish the inside first, so I'll quickly do that for you guys. If you're not sure how bunker works, we put a roof here so it's not supported. I'll just quickly show you how that works. So twigging here, stoning at the top. This will all be covered, so this is your only entry point. Then once you destroy this, that wall will destroy as well. So how you set this up is you destroy that, and now when you put it there, you can get through. So that's a simple way of how a bunker works. And then our last wall goes here. So for our loot rooms, we want to put roofs on, then half wall up the top, and loot will go here. So we can chuck that on now. We want. Like that. That's how I do it. I think you can fit a little bit more, but I prefer ease of use over a lot of boxes. So they're going to be the two loot rooms. We will honeycomb the roofs, but we'll do that later. And we can just fill those in. Where's this guy going? Oh, he can't come into my square. Alright, anyway, so they're the loot rooms there. These will be doored. I prefer trying to get them to armored, and you can loot them up the top however you want. You can also, if you're getting raided and they're in this room, you can also use the hatch to loot if you need to be. What else do we want to do? So this is going to be our TC room here. So how I like to set it up is I do two half walls here, chuck the TC down on the edge, and this allows us to put a triangle here for more boxes. I'll quickly show you guys how I like to do this room, but you guys can do it however you want. I like to box here. Let's just get a... So I like to put large box there, here, here. I like to get a barbecue always in my loot rooms. So you can fit one here with that. And if you jump up here, you can also fit a small box there. And you should be able to put a fireplace there. Oops, that was an accident. And then I also just put 3 here with low-grade storage, wherever you want really. You can chuck 500 low-grade in each of those. So that's the loot room done. I won't touch that anymore, you guys can do it. Make sure you upgrade these all to metal when you have the chance. But for now, we're just going to leave it like that. This room is going to be the beds, pretty much however you want to do it. And also we're going to put a bed underneath here. So that's pretty much the core done. Chuck a roof on here. So just to show you again, pick up this. Use them pretty easily. Because there's not that much storage room, I do squeeze in a, let's get it up, a vending machine in here. If you think it's too much storage, you don't need to put this, but it fits pretty easy over that side. Disable broadcast. And depending how many people you have in your group, just chuck some sleeping bags up here as well. Like so. So that's basically the core done. Make sure all this is metal when you can. We'll do the honeycombing later. So for furnaces, I like to have one inside the bunker for mainly sulfur. And then we come outside, come to this window. So we're going to put a window frame here, but you have to put the furnaces in first, if not it won't work. So you can fit 3 snug in here. Chuck the window frame. Flip it, I like to flip it this way. And then you can chuck a window, take it off whenever you need to use it, and chuck it back on. Easy. Alright, so next, leave this here. These will be the doors. I like to have 3 doors. This is so if there's only 2 and you leave this open, because you don't block this when you're playing this secret loot room, you need this extra one so people can't go on your airlock. And then you can just door however you like. You can put a shop front here if you want, if you guys like one. Up to you guys. And chuck that like that. So that's the base done. Now we just need honeycombing and also roof honeycombing and then our secret loot room. So we'll leave the loot room for now. Just simple honeycombing here. I'm not moving these walls, but just make sure they're all facing outwards, the hard side. Fly up here. Fill these in. I'm just gonna explain what parts of the roofs need to be honeycombed. And we leave that, and we can put our, because this will be facing this way, we need to also honeycomb this part like so. So there's going to be loot underneath this one, and this one. So the honeycombing will have to be minimum here, 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 here. So this is minimum for the sides. Because TC's underneath this, I also do like to just triple honeycomb it. So I do also add one to this side. Roof's pretty simple, half wall the top. reduces splash damage from rockets. And this is just a pretty good, solid 2x2 bunker base at the moment. The also thing you need a honeycomb is this foundation right here, because if not, they can just, well, remember those furnaces there. They can bypass your bunker. So what I like to do is just low wall, foundation, then half wall. That does give them a way up, so if you don't want that, just make it a full wall here, and they can't jump up without boosting. Up to you, like so. So that's pretty much the base design. Like, whatever you use, 30k stone. So this is pretty easy to set up. I will quickly show you guys for you. So all you guys gotta do, make sure you have this so you can refill your pickaxes. And then I just like to put one large box, one sleeping bed, and then a few. You can fit 3 here. You guys, I'll need to remove my bag, but you can fit 3 there. And then all you do is half wall with it facing the opposite side. And that's, make sure they're the right way. So there's the bunker. We got that, we got all this. Got the loot rooms up here. And we got our loot. That, it's super easy. Super easy to make. That's, this loot underneath here is probably the hardest thing, but go into a practice tool or just skip one honeycomb wall and it's easy as. But I don't think I missed anything. I think that's it. It's super easy, super hard to tell the loot's there, because we do, if you guys want to make it less obvious that the loot can be there, half wall here, half wall all the squares, because then it's like they're all the same. But then again, you really don't need to, because I don't think you're going to get raided with this base. They blow in, they're going to blow in the back, bypassing your loot here, or if they door raid, like no one's going to blow through that door. Through the backwards wall, sorry, the frontwards wall. And that is literally the base design. Super easy. Doesn't cost too much, so I think it costs about 25k stone and maybe 5 to 6k metal frags. Upkeep is 3k stone from memory and, you know, 500-600 metal frags. But super easy. You can always modify it using my techniques in a different base. Like pretty much any base will work with the drop boxes in the honeycomb and also that secret room. Just make sure that no rocketers will most likely come in this room by putting it towards the front of the door, because they always go in the back. So it can work with every single base design, pretty much you can fit it in. But this is like one of the cheapest. Your base is still really hard to raid, but this just gives it like your loot is going to be secure no matter what. So let me know if you guys use this and if you guys do get raided and it works or it doesn't work. Because I have a 100% success rate and I'm sure you guys will too with all your loot. It is worth just the 5-10 minutes in the morning picking out, but I do recommend this highly, or at least incorporating some sort of hidden loot room in your base, so if someone does raid you, your whole wipe, your whole 10-20 hours of your wipe won't just be wasted for nothing, and you can continue playing hopefully. That is pretty much it from me. I know this is a bit sloppy. This is my first time base designing, so I'm a bit all over the place. But I do hope you guys learned something. I do hope you do end up using this or using one of these techniques, because I can guarantee you they're pretty much going to work all the time. Unless this becomes really popular base design, no one's going to check those honeycomb walls. And if it saves you a bunch of loot, please like it and subscribe, and comment any flaws in my base, any good things, and just whatever you guys think about the video. Other than that, I'll leave you guys with that one. I had a really fun time spending a whole day trying to figure out this design, how to best incorporate it and make the loot rooms as non-enticing for raiders to go through as possible, and I feel like I found it. But yeah, thanks so much for everyone's support. Don't flame me too much if this base isn't what you guys want, but I hope it is. Thanks guys, see you in the next video.